2, 1.
Good morning, everyone. Many of you may not know me, but I grew up with a mother who was in and out of the prison system my entire life. I have an uncle who served a 4-year minimum sentence and came out of jail with paranoia. And I have a great uncle who served another 3-year minimum sentence and came out with bipolar disorder. With experience and basic knowledge and statistics of what's going on in our law enforcement system, it's obvious that there is a flaw with prison rehabilitation and reformation. I firsthand experienced what it's like to have family members be in and out of jail and not consistent in life and not be able to transition from that life to this one. And it's pretty critical that we take notice on what's happening in our prison system and we try to make a change about it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has friends or friends of the family who are in and out of the system, and I'm sure all of us are aware of the impact that it has on their lives. First, I'll explain the problem with no rehabilitation after prison and how this is an issue for ex-inmates. And then I'll give examples of how we can start to make a difference with this problem. So through statistics and surveys, it's pretty clear that inmates have problems conforming with life after being released from prison. And according to Carol Schmidt on DW.com, last revised October 11, 2014, she made it clear that inmates struggle with a change of perspective once they serve at least like a 3 to 4 minimum sentence and penitentiary, and this changes the way they communicate and interact with different people that they encounter in their daily lives. Basic health needs are not usually met and provided in jail. They're supposed to be able to take care of prison inmates just like when you were in school and you had to get a shot and you have requirements and checkups and everything just as well as when you're in jail. But people who go in who have mental disorders often do not receive the medication or type of detention that they require. So after being released from prison, mental conditions often worse and deteriorate. And according to Crime in America Administration, in March 18, 2010, they gave a cognitive behavioral treatment that revealed that 94% of inmates who were released were rearrested and 82% of them returned to prison. And a personal example would be my mother. At a young age, I believe 17, she had went to jail for a misdemeanor, and she had been in and out, and it developed into a cycle of just catch and release, really, because once you get out after serving a minimum sentence, they either put you on probation or parole according to whatever it was that you were accused of doing. And this cycle referred to like her not being able to be a mother to me, my brother and sister, so I was raised by my grandparents. Now that you understand the problem, I'll explain to you what causes inmates to have complications after being released from prison. So while you're in prison, well, anyone in general, or juveniles, you experience inhumane ways of life, and you're also exposed to people who have behavioral issues, and this also worsens in confinement. The Human Rights Organization posted an article May 22nd, 2008 that exposed that Texas and California were exposed for using excessive force. That means they were kicking and stomping people and slamming them on concrete and pepper spraying them and tasering them and using force that really was not necessary. And it's often, in a lot of cases, that men and women do experience rape or sexual abuse from guards or other inmates. and about 7,000 people a year are civilly disrespected in jail. They are beaten and they have broken bones. A lot of them have perforated jaws and broken ribs, and there's not much they can do because people in the system do not help with cases like that. And according to Zon Valinas on Good Therapy, an article posted March 15, 2013, a lot of inmates who entered jail as a regular normal person developed PTSD, anxiety, depression, and a lot of them also commit suicide. And the death rate in prison, suicide is about 35% responsible for the death rate. And another example would be my uncle, my mother's brother. He served a 4-year minimum sentence as a child. He went in as a juvenile and came out as an adult. So in between, there was a wide gap of years that he was not able to experience. So when he was released, he still acted like a child, and his mental ways was not developed as where he should be. And so now that I've explained to you what the complications are, I'll give you solutions, and we can help aid ex-cons into returning to normal life. So there's a small amount of prisons that do offer programs that help drug addicts and people who do have issues in jail. And according to Matt Ferner in an article posted September 9, 2015, they have a program called Ride Home program for inmates, where they pick up new releases, and the person who's picking them up is someone who was already released from jail to help guide them along the way to transition from being in jail to normal life and having a job and normal responsibilities. And San Quentin, they also offer college education, where the National Criminal Justice in 2013, they did a study that proved that the re-imprisonment rate went down and increased a lot. And so I believe another thing that would help is social workers who do have a background of helping a lot of people. I believe that they'll make a difference. And an example of people who kind of have trouble exiting is my great uncle. He has a bipolar disorder, so he would have like domestic disputes with his wife, and he would always go in and out. But I believe if we had programs, he would be able to have anger management, counseling, and things that would have helped him overcome his problem. And so I know that there's obstacles to make all of this effective, but I believe with proper support and proper funding that anything is possible. So first I explained to you how there's a problem with our law enforcement system, and then that the conversion with prison is a struggle for inmates. And on a day-to-day basis, I believe that we encounter many criminals, and I believe it's part of our duty to help guide them into transitioning back to normal life. Thank you.